Hey guys, so I decided to do something little, maybe let you get to know me a little bit. So today I decided to film a video about my top 10 favorite movies. Now these aren't in any particular order, because with me, I don't really have a favorite movie. It depends on like the genre or even the actor of the movie. So, like, if you talk about, like, a particular actor, then I might have a favorite movie of theirs. But if you're just talking about normally, like, oh, what's your favorite movie? I can't say I have one. Because I love so many movies that I can't decide if I have a favorite or not. So it always depends on the genre of the movie or even the actor. So, I will show you the cases of the ones I do have. I don't have all of them, but I have several. So I'll show you the cases of the ones I do have. The the first movie is V for Vendetta, and I actually have that one. See, that's V for Vendetta. Now this is a movie that I actually saw for my sister's ex-boyfriend. And then after I saw it, I just absolutely loved it. It is such a good movie. And it became this movie that if I saw any time on TV, I'd watch it, even if it was half over. At one point in time, I watched the last 15 minutes of the movie because I saw it on TV. And I watched it even though it was basically over. But I watched it because I just loved the movie so much that I'm like, I have to watch it. And this movie is actually based off a comic book. I say comic book, but graphic novel. It's based off a graphic novel. So this movie is set in a future where a freedom fighter called V starts fighting against the government. Because the government's really oppressive, really controlling in this future, so V decides to fight against them. V decides to take them down. And it stars Natalie Portman and Hugo Weaving as the two main characters, Evie and V. Now, this movie came out in 2005. This is when this movie was released. Next movie on the list is a little older movie. Came out in 1986. And that's The Labyrinth. Starring the late David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. That's the case. It has great music in it. Well, of course, all of the songs in this movie was written by David Bowie. So it's about a teenage girl who she wishes for goblins to take her little brother away. Little does she know, goblins come and do it. So she goes to the labyrinth to get him back, and she has to make it through the labyrinth to the Goblin King's castle to get them back. And the Goblin King is, of course, played by David Bowie. Next movie on the list is a movie, again, I saw when I was little. And I actually remember the first time I ever saw this movie, which is hard for me to do because I've seen so many movies that it's hard for me to remember, like, the exact how I first saw them. Or not, this is one of the movies I do remember. Now, this movie came out in 1971. Old movie, but it's a great movie. And that movie is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now this movie stars Gene Wilder. And I don't know who else. I don't. I'm sorry. But this movie is just one of my all-time favorite movies. I've loved it since I was little. I love it now. This movie is about an eccentric chocolatier, Willy Wonka. Now, Willy Wonka decides to give away 5 golden tickets to his for tour of his factory in his chocolate bars. Next movie on the list is a movie that came out in 1999, and that movie is 10 Things I Hate About You. Here's the case. Here's the case. That's the case. Now this movie stars Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles. Okay, so this movie takes place in high school, and it's about this guy who, he hires another guy to take out this girl because he wants to go out with her sister. But their father won't let the sister date until the older sister dies. So this is what it's about. And this movie is just, it's an excellent movie, it really is. So the next movie on the list is a movie that came out in 1990, and that is Crybaby. That's the case. Okay, so this movie stars Johnny Depp and Amy Locane. Okay, so this movie is about a character named Crybaby, played by Johnny Depp, made by John Waters. It was written and directed by John Waters. Next movie I have on the list. Okay, so the next movie I have on the list is technically 3 movies, but I love them all equally, so I couldn't decide. I decided to count these movies as one movie, even though they're 3 separate movies. Now, and those movies are The Lord of the Rings. That's the case. Well, that's the case I have. It's a 3-film collection. I have it on. It has 3 different discs, but it's all in one case. Now, the first movie is The Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring, which came out in 2001. Now, these movies stars Elijah Wood and Sean Astin. Well, according to me. It has a lot of stars in it. It has Orlando Bloom and Viggo Mortensen. But I'm going to claim that, to me, I think Elijah Wood is more of the main character, because he basically, he plays the one that the book's about, which is Frodo Baggins. So the first movie, which came out in 2001, is called Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring. The second movie, which came out in 2002, is Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. And then the third movie, which came out in 2003, is Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. Now this movie is based off of, these movies are based off the books by J.R.R. Tolkien. And now these movies were directed by Peter Jackson. Now the next movie on the list is a movie that came out in 1990. Again. And that movie is Edward Scissorhands. Well, it's right there, see? Woo! Right there. Edward Scissorhands. Now, as you can see, I have this on a triple feature DVD. That's the only case I have. That's the only. But this movie stars Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder. Now, this movie is directed by Tim Burton, and it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's about an inventor's greatest creation, Edward Scissorhands. Now, this next movie, I don't have this movie. And the movie is The Avengers, starring Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. Well, of course, it stars other people too, but those are, I think, the 2 main ones. I would say are the 2 main characters in the movie. And The Avengers is made by Marvel Entertainment, of course, and directed by Joss Whedon. The next movie on the list came out in 1998, and this is a Disney movie, and I will admit this is my favorite Disney movie, and that movie is Mulan. Now, Mulan is based on a ballad, on a Chinese ballad about a girl who, to save her father, decides to join the army. Decides to dress up as a man and join the army. And that's what the movie's about. And it is an awesome movie. I definitely, if you've not seen it, I recommend checking it out. It has great songs, it has great characters. It's just, I think, an all-around great movie. And that brings us to the last movie on the list. And this movie, there's two movies in this one, but I just decided to count the first one. But I love the second one as well. So this movie came out in 2004, and that is Hellboy. See, this is the case. See, that's the case. Now this movie stars Ron Perlman and John Hurt. And this movie is about, a demon, Hellboy, who works for the I can't remember the thing. I had it in my head. He works for this organization that hunts paranormal stuff, and that's what it is. And I had this name of this organization in my head. When I first started filming, I had it in my head, and now I can't remember it. I should have wrote it down. I'm so sorry. I should have wrote it down. And the second movie is Hellboy and the Golden Army. And now these movies are based off a graphic novel, same as V for Vendetta. This movie is directed by Guillermo del Toro. That man has a very hard name to pronounce. I had to have my sister look this up, how to pronounce his name. It's a very hard name to pronounce. So, but if I said it wrong, and I could have said it wrong, I still could have said it wrong. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. If you guys want me to make another list, 10 more movies, 10 more favorite movies, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do it. I would love to do this again. It's so much fun. It was so much fun thinking of all these different movies that I love. So I would definitely love to do this again. So, but that's the video for today. If you have anything you want to see, leave it in the comments below. So until next time, bye.